Greg Davidson. I'm CEO, Chief Executive Officer, albeit I probably perform a number of roles, being a typical management IT consulting firm that's got about 80 odd people, and I'd perform probably the major functions for the CFO role, which is probably why the interest of coming to the CFO Summit. My background, strangely enough, is IT, but very soon after I did my IT degree, I got sick of being asked by CFOs and financial controllers, how can you tell me about how to run my financial systems and design my chart of accounts and you're not an accountant? So I went and did my accounting degree and said, well, I'm an accountant now. And that's probably held me in good stead throughout my whole business career. I think the challenge for most CFOs and CIOs for that matter is the recognition that all of that requires constant review. Technology is changing, business processes are changing, business is changing, and the businesses and the key C-level staff must change with it. Otherwise, they're not really going to get the returns. So really, most organisations need to somehow engage with whoever they view as a trusted advisor who can come in and do that as an independent. Because strange enough, you try and do that internally, everybody's a bit defensive about they're doing a great job and how could you challenge me? But if it comes in from an independent source, then it works out a lot better. And really, as part of that process, there's got to be a recognition that there's got to be a continuous improvement strategy. So there's no point coming in once a year and saying we need to improve on those things, and then everybody agrees and you do nothing about it, unless that's a continuous improvement strategy that's been implemented. So I think part of the problem sometimes is everybody is too focused on the technology, and that can become really expensive. Because let's face it, a lot of real technology specialists like to insist that you have the latest and the greatest all the time, which can cost a fortune, without really understanding what the business processes that they affect and what the budget restraints are in the organisation. And if you've only got 10 million to spend or whatever it happens to be, there's no point in drawing up plans that are going to cost you 100 million. It's not going to cut it. So you've got to work out what's going to be in line with the business in that sense, and then what's going to make a difference. And yeah, really those checks, in my viewpoint, and what I've seen successful, have to be, if not every year, at least every 2 years. Sometimes, depending on the size of the organisation, every 2 years is probably more sensible, because it'll take you a year or more to implement most of the recommendations. And if you follow that up with a continuous improvement strategy, you'll get that continual improvement as well. So that'll work.